A successful mutual wooing between Cincinnati's business leaders and the nation's #1 air carrier takes effect a week from today. Southwest Airlines has landed in Cincinnati. Now what? Southwest officials say they've been eyeing the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport for a long time.
We see the natural growth. We see what's gone on with the fare environment, with the overall demand, stimulation and demand, and we felt like the time was just right for Southwest as we think about where the best place to establish some roots in southern Ohio, northern Kentucky, and Cincinnati was the right decision going forward.
The arrival of Southwest comes with two major unanswered questions. How successful will Southwest be at CVG? And when will Southwest add flights beyond the 8 that will start on Sunday, June 4th? Those flights are to two of Southwest's largest focus markets, Chicago's Midway Airport and Baltimore Washington International. You'll want to read Business Courier reporter Chris Wetterick's full story in the print edition. He joins us now in the studio to offer some quick insight on what the arrival of Southwest means to CVG and the broader business community. He's with Business Watch producer Kelly Leon in the studio. Chris and Kelly.
Chris, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me, Kelly.
Yeah, I'm excited. I know that Southwest is here. But give us some perspective, because we've seen Frontier and Allegiant come in.
Right.
So why are we making such a big deal about Southwest?
Southwest is the big kahuna of low-cost airlines.
It's I like that, the big kahuna.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ultra-low cost like Frontier and Allegiant are, but they don't charge you for bags on Southwest. They let you change your flights with no fee. Now you'll just pay the cost of the difference in the tickets, but there's no change fee on them. So this is something that Cincinnati's airport has been waiting for a long, long time for, and people at the airport, the officials there, they're extremely excited. And they think Southwest is going to do very well. It's going to have 5 flights daily to Chicago and 3 to Baltimore, Washington, and you know, they hope that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, and it's not just CVG folks that are excited. The business community really embraced this.
Right.
Why? What are they hoping comes out of this?
They're hoping for more direct flights elsewhere. You know, Delta had so much cutting over the last 10 years, really. The number of direct destinations has been significantly reduced. And it's not like the business community really expects us to have like a direct flight to Omaha again, but they would like to see more competition to major business routes like Boston or New York City, any of those markets. So they're hoping that Southwest will see the numbers and passengers that they need to see and start direct flights there. I mean, they'll make an evaluation on that based on how many people pick a connecting flight from Chicago or from Baltimore. So I think they're really excited to be here, and the numbers so far look pretty good according to Southwest.
And for the business perspective, as you point out in the story, I mean, they're going to save time and money.
Right.
If they can get to Chicago on an hour flight as opposed to driving 5-6 hours. And
yeah, I mean, in a Chicago flight, you know, before Southwest, it was like $350, which is a lot of money to pay just to go to Chicago.
Yeah.
So Southwest, if you book enough in advance, $60 each way. I mean, it's kind of a great deal.
I've already got a flight in July to Baltimore, Washington. Those $59 flights. So they've done this in other cities. Southwest. Give us some perspective in terms of what we can expect to happen.
Right. So Cincinnati's really similar to some of the other airports that Southwest has entered over the last decade or so, particularly St. Louis, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland. Now, Southwest has been in Cleveland for a long time, but United recently took away its hub, as Delta has kind of been doing in Cincinnati over the last 10 years, although Delta maintains it still has its 6th largest hub at CVG. But what we saw as we looked at the data was that Southwest really ramped up in St. Louis, where American Airlines ended its hub back in the mid-2000s. So it kind of varies. You see a strong presence in Pittsburgh. Southwest is the largest carrier there. It's definitely the largest carrier in St. Louis, and you know, one of the quotes that the folks from Southwest said is, you know, we hope to be Cincinnati's hometown airline eventually. So it's really, really interesting to hear what they've had to say, and we'll see how it goes. There's way more competition at CVG than there has been probably in anyone's lifetime.
Yes, and a lot of us are happy about that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, great story. You have to read the full print edition. There's so much more in it. So thanks for being here this morning, Chris.
Thanks.